How badly do you truly want something? I'm sure right now you want something. Anything, right? It could be a pop, it could be a car, it could be anything. Now, with that being said, have you also wanted stuff in the past as well? So it's interesting. The reason I ask, how badly do you truly want something, is because wants can be very dangerous. They can be good, but they can be very dangerous. Wants are something that you don't actually need for survival, but they do spice up your life quite a bit, right? The problem with wants and why they are dangerous, though, is because next thing you know, you could be spending money. You could be spending more money and more money. And the problem with wants is that you're always going to want something. That is going right back to the very first question. Have you ever wanted something? Yes. Do you probably currently want something? Yes. So as you can see, your wants change over time. You fulfill them and you still continue to want something else and something more. And that is completely normal. It really is. The problem is being disciplined enough to not always crave and get and achieve those certain wants. The problem with wants is just how much money you can end up spending over the course of your life and in just a year versus something that could be a lot more beneficial. And this doesn't have to always go back to investing and saving money. This could go back to having actual good wants that would be more accomplishable than being able to go to a gas station every day and get a pop or soda for $2. If you're to spend $2 every day on a pop, which is a want, over the course of the year, you would have nearly $730 in wants just by buying a pop. And that's $730. Yes, you could put that in an investment. Yes, you could put that in a savings. And yes, that it can accumulate in a retirement fund. You could put it in the S&P 500 and grow roughly 11% almost in a year, depending on how the stock market's looking. And that's great. That it truly is great. That's fantastic. But you could also get that fantastic car that you've been looking at, put it towards that. You could go on a better vacation. You could get something that is more accomplishable of a want. We got to be looking out for wants all the time. Companies are constantly trying to get you to buy stuff that you really don't need and that you really don't want in the first place sometimes. Some of these tactics we see all the time. Some of these tactics we actually see when we're checking out at a grocery store. They have all the candy bars, all the gum. It looks super good. It's all right there, right? And you're just like, I don't really need that, but it kind of looks good. And you're sitting there in line. It's a long line. Next thing you know, you buy one. And again, it might not be a lot of money, but when you go back and look at your bank account, I test you to go back and look at your account and see how much money you've truly been spending on wants. And you'll just see how much money is actually going towards stuff you really don't need. And it's okay to want something. It's okay to act on something that you truly want. But what I'm getting at is make sure that you're disciplined about it. Make sure that when you go to get something that is a want, that you truly, truly want it. And that a year from now, you're still going to be happy that you made that purchase. I have a $1,500 computer. I love my computer. I spend a lot of money on my computer. It's been a great computer. It's what I'm currently using to record this video. It's what I use for editing and everything else. I don't just use it for doing YouTube videos either. I use it to video games. I also use it for research. I use it to invest, and I use it all the time. I love being on my computer, and even though it was a lot of money, and it took me a long time to save up that money to ensure that I could get a want without taking a loan, and that is another big key factor, is something that, to this day, I'm still glad that I got the computer. Are you glad that you got that pop, and the reality that over the course of time that maybe you could have actually got something a little bit better as a want? And every time you buy something, as a little satisfaction, as a little, hey, I got through the day, I'm going to buy myself a pop. That's all well and good, but it's that much money less that you actually put some towards your goal. And having that goal in mind is very, very important and crucial. And it can't be stressed enough. You hear it all the time to where it almost sounds cliche to, of course, have a goal. But I'm serious. If you don't have a goal of where you actually want to put your money towards a want, you're just going to be spending it willy-nilly, and you're not actually going to have a grip at all on your money. And that is a good way to put yourself in a financial crisis. There's a few good ways to ensure that you're paying close attention to your wants and how much you're truly spending and being disciplined of it. One of the biggest things that you can do with your wants and understanding when to spend that money, when to not spend that money, is of course the most popular one, maybe not used, but of course always thought of, is like the piggy bank, a jar, swear jar, however you want to do it. Whenever you get coins, whenever you get overtime pay, or whatever, however system you want to do it, you can put a little bit of money in a jar, and when that actually gets to your true goal, whatever that may be, a boat, a car, a vacation, going to a concert, going out to eat, when it adds up to that amount of money that you need to get that want, then you can do that want. Another big one that I personally like and that I personally used is actually taking a want, seeing the price tag on it, adding the tax total to it. So I have the total amount, tax and all included, and I would match that and put it in retirement. So for example, if I get a $2 pop and it has 10% sales tax on it, and then it comes out to $2.20, I have to match that day of buying to put into my retirement. This has you get a mindset of every time you buy a want, you have to double it and put it in retirement. But it gets you to think, am I financially ready to purchase this want? Because now it's double the price in my mind. So it really puts a damper on how badly do you want something, and it really makes you think, how badly do I want these pair of shoes? How badly do I really want that pop? It adds up very quickly. I don't currently do it anymore because I needed to get a better grip on how much consistent money I was putting into my retirement. And I did learn a lot though. And I learned it's a good way to gain discipline. And once you have a good grip of your discipline and how much you are spending on wants and what your goal should be in wants, and that if you want that newest pair of shoes, you can get it. But sacrifice going out on Friday night. Sacrifice going to parties on Saturday. Sacrifice going to breakfast on Sunday. Because those wants are all well and good, but if your true want is not those, then you're wasting money, which is prolonging how long it could take you to get your true want. And of course, you're going to want something else down the road. But you pick one item that you really, really want badly, that you almost feel that you need it, and you make that your goal, and you do everything in your power to achieve that goal. Do not let that bottomless pit of wants get the best of you. It's financially not good, and it's not healthy, because now you also don't have a great mindset either, because you're letting your wants never get satisfied, and they never will be satisfied. But what you can do is have the discipline. Look at an item. Go, I want it, but I can live without it. So always think about it. Always sleep on it. Think about it for a week. Think about it for a couple weeks. I thought about getting a computer for a whole month before actually pulling the trigger and getting the computer. I thought about, what size do I want? What CPU, GPU? All these things that I want. Do I want to build it? Do I want to pre-built? Where am I going to get it if I'm going to get a pre-built? How much money do I need, tax and all? That was actually at a time that I bought my computer when I was doing matching my purchase of a want into a retirement. So I put $1,500 into a computer and put another $1,500 into my retirement, which was a great move, and I love it, and it was a fantastic move, and I'm glad I did it, and I sacrificed for it, though. And I'm happy I did. I'd rather have my computer sitting here than looking back and thinking, well, I could have drank 200 pops because of it, or whatever. To me, that was more important. And if pop is more important, I'm bashing pop really hard right now. I don't know why. It just popped in my head. Pun intended. But get a whiteboard, get something you can put on your fridge, look at it every day, and go, this is what I truly want. This is what I truly want. And sacrifice for it. Work overtime for it. Get a side hustle for it. And put any extra money you have into it. Never get a loan for a want. People have lost sight of the fact that they can just take a loan and get whatever they want, and it puts them more in debt, and they don't understand that. Only get wants when you're financially ready to get that want and can pay it outright. That's it. Nearly 17% of the population chooses and wants to smoke every single day. And I talk about the financial crippling effects of smoking. And if you are a smoker, I highly suggest checking out this video. And if you're not, I still recommend checking it out because it's a really good insight to how much you could be wasting on other wants, even if it's not smoking.